ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, Upasamhara Bhasya, after the verse 66, the concluding portion of the Bhasya. In Bhagavad Gita, as you have seen, at places, Bhagavan Krishna highlights that by Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, only moksha can be gained. There are other places where Krishna does emphasize to Arjuna that you have to take to karma only. The context being Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, moksha. So the doubt comes whether jnana, knowledge of oneself, is the means for moksha, liberation, or is it karma that liberates? Contextually, one more doubt is so possible. Or it is after gaining knowledge, practice of karma, these together give the moksha. Therefore, Mimamsa, a sacred inquiry, needs to be conducted to ascertain the exact means of gaining moksha. Now, first, the Siddhanti says, as I had seen earlier, there is, as we have seen earlier, this Bhashyakara first gives a brief statement, an aphoristic statement, as if a sutra, aphorism. We call it Sangraha Vakya. Bhashya Sangraha Vakya. The gist of what is going to be proved or ascertained. Bhashyakara made a statement that Atma Jnana only is the means of moksha. it removes the avidya and avidyakarya, dvaita, and results in moksha. The relevant phrase from Bhasya is Atmajnanasya tu kevalasya nishreyasa hetutvam. Kevalasya Atmajnanasya. Only Atmajnana and not karma or jnana with karma. These two possibilities are ruled out. Two means eva. Nishreyasa hetutvam. The sadhana for nishreyas, that is moksha. How does it operate? The Veda pratyaya nivartakatve. The Atmajnana ends the Veda pratyaya. That whatever we experience moment by moment, the duality is the cause of samsara at the practical level. Nivartakatvena. By ending it with its cause, because in sleep also Veda is not there, duality is not there, but cause is there. Here, knowledge, by ending the duality with its cause, avidya, it what? Avasanatva, it culminates in Kaivalya Phala. Kaivalya Phala is moksha. So this is what the Sangraha Vakya, an aphoristic statement which Bhashyakara is going to prove. How does it operate? This avidya, as it effect makes us identify with the body, and it breeds the notion that this is my karma. I am the doer of it. I am doing for getting such and such results. Everywhere I identify with the body. Is that? And that is the source of all sorrowful samsara, because in Chaitanya Atma, there is no upadhi, there is no embodiment, which is the source of sorrow. And there being Atma being nirupadhika, there is no occasion to have sorrow there. But when you take the body as I, you identify yourself as the I, all sorrows belong to the embodiment. At the physical level, mental level, its cause in the causal body, sleep. They get superimposed or they appear as if belonging to me, I, Atma. That is what we suffer. So what happens by ajnana? This avidya, ignorance, with its effect, the identity of the body is ended. When it is ended, what happens? The true nature of ours, free from the superimposed embodiment and its effects, is ended. What remains is Chaitanya, the pure awareness principle, the pure conscious principle in its own swarupa, without being eclipsed by the features of upadhi. It is its Satyat Ananda Swarup, and being self-evident, Swaprakasha, Swayam Jyoti. It shines its own glory. It doesn't need any instrumentations of either jnanendriya to gain the knowledge, or mind, intellect to have the knowledge, antakarana vritti. It is independent. So this is how what happens. Atma Jnana gives the moksha. So now in this context, we are seeing in that Sangraha Vakya tu Shabdaha Paksha Daya Dvaya Vyavrityartha. The tu is meant for, that is refuting the other two stands as the means of gaining moksha. What are the other stands? We have seen either by moksha by karma or moksha by together practice of jnana and karma. So that is vyavrityartha, to refute them as that means. That is, what are those two pakshas? Bhashyakara further explains, continue, na kaivalabhya.
न न केवलेभ्यः कर्मभ्यः न च ज्ञानकर्मभ्यां समुचिताभ्यां निःश्रेयस प्राप्तिः इति पक्षद्वयं निवर्तयति.
These are the two pakshas, possibilities. Na kevalebhya karmabhya means moksha cannot be gained by mere practice of karma. Keval, only karma without any other thing. Nacha jnana karmabhyam samuchitabhyam, nor by samuchita practice together. What are they? Jnana and karma. By these two, nishresa prapti na. That na in the beginning has been brought with nishya prasad. Nishresa prapti na. Moksha cannot be gained either by karma alone or together practice of this jnana and karma. Iti, so these two stands, pakshadvayam, two, that is what? Views, contrary views. Nivartayati, it ends. Now, another reason is given why karma is not the moksha sadhana. We know karma is the sadhana, the means to gain heavens, svarga. Like that, karma cannot be the means of gaining moksha. For that, that is other. What is the reason is given for this? Namely, read.
अकार्यत्वाच्च निःश्रेयसस्य कर्म साधनत्वानुपपत्तिः.
निःश्रेयसस्य अकार्यत्व कर्म साधनत्वानुपत्ति. Nishreyas, I mean moksha, being not a karya, means being not an effect of karma. Moksha is not an entity which can be or which is produced by karma. You do karma and go to heaven. Then you get karma and get moksha. No. Heaven is the effect karya of karma. But moksha is not an effect of karma. That being so, akaryatvacha nishreyasya. Moksha being not a product of karma, says karma sadhanatvasya anupatti. karma as a sadhana, means of gaining moksha, is not possible. Anupapatti. Such possibility is not there. Means that is moksha being not an effect produced by karma. Karmas cannot give you moksha. There is no such possibility. Elsewhere, it is said like this. Moksha is not something that is produced. Moksha is something that is nitya. It is something which is ever existent in nature. For this, you have to remind yourself as to what exactly is moksha. What is the nature of moksha, which we have seen many times. What is the nature of moksha? Atma itself is moksha, but free from avidya and avidya karya. You are not producing moksha. Atma itself is moksha, but there should not be avidya, ignorance, and product of ignorance in terms of our samsaric experiences. That's what told as swaswarupena avasthanam. Abidance in one's true nature itself is moksha. Today, where are we? We are identified with the body, embodiment, not abiding in our swarupa. So therefore, the Shruti is there. Eshaha nityo mahima. Moksha is of the eternal glory. Swarupa only. And therefore, it is not a product of karma. It is not something produced by karma. Means you do karma and produce moksha. No, it is not so. This being so, now you say, listen. What is the outcome of this? Continue.
न हि नित्यं वस्तु कर्मणा ज्ञानेन वा क्रियते.
Says, nahi nityam vastu. An entity which is ever existent in nature. Which is ever existent in nature means not produced by something or karma. Nitya vastu karmana jnanena va nahi kriyate. Nahi kriyate means what? Is not created, is not produced by what? Either karma or jnana. Karma does give us karma phala. And that karma phala, according to it, produces something. Jnana makes us aware of an existent entity as it is. It removes your ignorance about that entity and makes you aware of it if it is, of course, direct. Indirect, it may ascertain existence. You see the smoke, oh, there is fire. There is fire, you ascertain the astitva, existence of fire. But from here, only you see the Smoke, but not the fire. But if fire is in front of you, directly your eyes you are seeing. So, wherever the direct perception is there, direct knowledge is there, you know the entity as it is. Otherwise, of course, you may ascertain its existence, but still you are not aware of its exact nature, as in the case of inference. Now here it says, that is, karma cannot produce anything. Moksha. Nityam vastu. Karma cannot produce an ever-existent entity. Nor jnana, knowledge can produce anything. All that knowledge can do is remove ajnana avidya and make you know the entity as it is. So that is how nityam vastu karmana jnanena va nahi kriyate is not created. This is what the explanation of the Sangraha Vakya Atma Jnanasya tu Kevalasya Nishreyasa Hetutvam Veda Pratyaya Nivartakatvena Kaivalya Phalavasatva. Now here a doubt comes. The Purva Paksha raises the doubt. What is the doubt? Sir, you are telling me to gain moksha, you have to gain jnana. Jnana ends avidya, ignorance which is cause, and moksha is gained. Is it not? And which told me moksha is what? Nitya vastu. At the same time, you told me nitya vastu cannot be produced by either karma or jnana. Are you not contradicting? Do you not mean that even jnana cannot produce the nitya vastu, namely moksha? There's a point. So that doubt is real and being answered. So continue.
ज्ञानम अपि अनर्थकम तरहि.
So tarhi, in that case, just now you said, what did you say? Karmana jnanena va nitya vastu na kriyate. You only told. Neither karma nor knowledge can produce ever existent entity. And moksha is what? Nitya vastu. That means, first you claim jnana can give the moksha. And according to the statement now, jnana cannot produce even the nitya moksha. That is what it says. Tarhi means, in case, as you said, an ever-existent entity cannot be produced by either karma or knowledge. In that case, tarhi kevala jnanam api anarthakam. You first said mere atma jnana gives moksha. Now you say moksha is nitya and jnana cannot produce nitya vastu. Therefore, what happened? Kevalam jnanam api. Even atma jnana to the exclusion of performance of karma, anarthakam, useless, fruitless, means it can't give moksha, which is nitya. So this is what the objection by the Purapaksha. For that, the answer is now, says, Siddhanta says, not
No.
so, sir, it is not so. We can verily see the result. Continue.
No. अविद्या निवर्तकत्वे सति दृष्ट कैवल्य फलावसानत्वात्.
Not so, sir. Why not? Because avidya nivartakatve sati. When avidya, ignorance of Atma Swarupa is ended, then what happens? We are verily seeing, experiencing. What is it? Kaivalya drishta kaivalya phalavasana. Kaivalya phalavasana. Culmination in the moksha. Drishtam. Seen, verified by who? Vidvad anubhava. Jnanis, by aparoksha jnana, when they ended the ignorance, kaivalya phala, moksha, in the sense, they are directly aware of their swarupa, free from the cognitive features of ignorance and its effect. That antakarana is such that it doesn't register any features of gross, subtle bodies and their effects and ignorance being ended. There is, not maybe, there is samskara shesha of antakarana. Residual antakarana is there, the upadhi, but it doesn't obstruct our knowledge. It doesn't obstruct our being aware of Chaitanya Sarupa Atma without the features of Anatma. Pramana comes and says, this is you, Tvam Pada Shodhana. This is your true nature, and that itself is Brahma. If you say Tattvamasi, if you say Tattvamasi, Shodhitatvam, the Tvam in its true nature without the features of embodiment is this Chaitanya you are aware of as a reflection. If you say I am Atma Brahma, it is I am Atma. If you say Prajnanam Brahma, this is Prajnana referred to is Brahma. If you say Aham Brahmasmi, this is the Aham Shodhita. That itself is Brahma. See, without Shodhita Aham, without Shodhita Tvam, without Shodhita Ayam Atma, without Shodhita Prajnana means these free from the attributes of the Anatma, you cannot gain knowledge because Mahavakya points out this as Brahma. Now this you have to be directly aware of, in contrast to you are directly aware of I with all the features of Upadhi in the waking, dream and deep sleep state. It should be very clear. So therefore, Drishta Kaivalya Phalavasatva, from Vidvat Anubhava, the direct experience of Jnanis, you would find out, if your mind is not ready, you are not able to discover that. But Jnanis have discovered it. And therefore what? It ends with what? Kaivalya, which is Drishta. This is explained further. Continue.
अविद्याः तमो निवर्तकस्य ज्ञानस्य दृष्टं कैवल्यफलावसानत्वम्
अविद्या तमो निवर्तकस्य ज्ञानस्य. In the case of jnana, which means what was told earlier is being now explained. In the case of jnana, which nature or status is like this. What is it? Avidya tamo nivartakasya. Tamaha, the darkness in the form of ignorance, avidya, nivartakasya, being the one who ends it. Jnanasya, drishtam, we do see in the word, what is that? Kaivalya phalavasanatva. Ending in, culminating in Kaivalya phala. What is Kaivalya phalavasanatvam? It is like this. Kevala Atma Swarupena Avasthanam. Remaining what? Merely in the form of, in the nature of Chaitanya Swarupa Atma and Atma Chaitanya. Only that itself is what? Phala. Kaivalya. Remaining in one's Swarupa, true nature I, to the exclusion of being aware of the Upadhi superimposed on that. That itself is Phala. Means this general rule. Knowledge ends the darkness of ignorance, wherein the entity is known as it is. This is being explained with the help of illustrations. Continue.
रज्ज्वादि विषये सर्पादि अज्ञान तमो निवर्तक प्रदीप प्रकाश फलवत्
Rajwadi Vishaye. In the case of Rajju Adi, stock examples of Vedanta. Rajju Sarpa, Shukti Rajata, Shukti Karja. Rope being mistaken as a snake or garland, etc. Shell being mistaken as a piece of silver, etc. In such examples, Rajwadi Vishaye, Sarpadi Ajnana Tamo Nivartaka Pradeepa Prakashavala. For example, you take the case of a rope being mistaken as a snake. What you do? Bring the light. What is the result of this light? The hitherto superimposed or mistaken snake disappears. What you see is what? Rope. Is it not? Entity superimposed or mistakenly taken to be gets ended, and what is there actually is revealed. That like that. Rajwadi Vishay, Sarpadi Ajnana Tamo Nivartaka Pradeepa Prakash. Like the Phala, result of Pradeepa, the light lamp, which removes the darkness of ignorance of rope and makes you see the rope as it is without the wrong notion of it being a snake. Like that. Same thing is further explained. Continue.
विनिवृत्त सर्पादि विकल्प रज्जु कैवल्यावसानम ही प्रकाश फलः तथा ज्ञानम.
Just aware, this is the result of light, wherein it ends the wrong notion of a rope being a snake. So also, here in our case, this knowledge, figuratively taken as a what this light, ends the ignorance equivalent to darkness of mistaking our Swarupa to be Samsari Jiva. Says, Vinivritta Sarpadik Vikalpa. Vikalpa here is what? Imagination. Vinivritta, the ended, when the imagination that this is Sarpa, wherein actually is Rajju. Adi, this is Rajata, silver, in place actually shell. In such cases, when this imagination that this is snake is ended, or the imagination that this is silver is ended, then what happens? Kaivalyavasanatvam. It ends in Kevala, means the entity that is there. What remains is Rajju or Shuktika. Whatever that you imagine hitherto ends, and the basis, either rope or the shell, remains. It ends in that. This is what Prakasha Phalam Tatha Jnana. See, in the case of Rajju Sarpa, the light ends the notion that it's a snake. And that is the result of this is what Rajju. In the Shukti Rajata, it is not light. You go close and see what it is. When you go close, oh, it is a shell, not silver. So that your close sight of the shell ends the wrong notion that it is a silver. Like that is what? Tatha Jnanam. So does the knowledge functions. What does it do? Like the light, it ends the what is that? Ignorance and its effect. Tatha Jnanam. So what does knowledge do? It ends your ignorance about yourself as samsari jiva, etc., by revealing your true nature as Chaitanya, Ananda Swarupa, Dukkha Vinirmukta, free from sorrow. That's what it does. Tatha Jnanam. Now he gives more example how a definite means has got definite result. You can't interchange. You can't use some other methods. From our observation, the word is being shown. Drishtarthanam.
दृष्टार्थानां च छिदि क्रियाग्नि मंथनादीनां व्यापृतकर्त्रादिकारकाणां द्वैधी भावाग्नि दर्शनादि फलात् अन्य फले कर्मांतरे वा व्यापारानुपपत्तिः यथा तथा ज्ञाननिष्ठा क्रियायां दृष्टार्थायां व्यापृतस्य ज्ञात्रादिकारकस्य आत्मकैवल्यफलात् अन्यफले कर्मान्तरे प्रवृत्तिः अनुपपन्ना इति न ज्ञाननिष्ठा कर्मसहिता उपपद्यते.
He generalizes this in the case where drishta phala is there. Keep in mind, drishta phala. What is by drishta phala? Where the result is seen right now here. Not like you do karma and then you will get heaven after death. Not that way. You can't verify. Adrishta, unseen there. Seen. You do this, result is seen right now here. In the case of such instances, where the result is seen right now here, this is the rule. And this rule cannot be violated. What is that? A definite means gives a definite result. And for that specific result, you have to take corresponding specific means only. You can't interchange the means for certain result. And it is invariably thing that holds good. No exception. You can verify drishta. Right now seen here. Right now it can be verified. He generalizes like this. Drishtarthanam shidi kriyaya. In the case of actions such as shidi kriya. Shidi kriya means cutting the wood. You take an axe and cut the wood. Other one is Agni Manthanadina. Agni Manthanam. For sacrifice, churning the Uttararani, Adhararani, churning the rods to produce the fire. Yes, you are knowing that. You must have seen pictures also. There is a wooden block with a scooped portion in which a vertical arani, they are called aranis. A vertical rod, wooden rod is put, and Brahmanas with the mantras, they churn it. With the frictions, slowly sparks emerge, they catch it in the cotton and tend that fire. That fire is for sacrifice, not that strike a matchstick and is that also with the left side. Because this person is doing PhD in Karmakant. And Westerners do that. And therefore studying some certain portions from Vedas. Lit the fire. He doesn't know where right hand to use, where left hand should not use. Why these Westerners, our great Mahabhagas, Indians, for his return, you give them something, they will take with the left hand. It is not to be taken that way. You have to receive in the right hand only. There, even eating also with left hand. Culture is not known. Anyway, now, whether it is an act of cutting the wood or the act of producing sacrificial fire, when you do the karma action properly, the result is inevitable. If you cut the wood properly, the wood will be in two pieces. If you churn it properly, the sacrificial fire will emerge out. So that's what it says. Drishtarthana. In the case of instances, actions wherein artha, prayojana, utility, the result is drishta. Right now he has seen, namely chidikriya agni manthanadina, such as act of cutting the wood or producing the sacrificial fire. Vyapruta kartradi karana. Vyapruta. Vyapruta means whatever that you are engaged in, like cutting or churning. Kartradi karakana. The karakana, the agents of action, such as karta, the doer, the cutter, or the one who churns. Adi for what? Acts. The churning rods, etc. Kana, the results. What is the result now? Suppose you are cutting the wood with an axe. Result is seen. What is the result? Dvaidhi bhava. Dvaidhi bhava means that one piece of wood being cut into two pieces, they become two, becoming two. Cutting the wood. Agni mantana, agni darshana adi phala. In churning the aranis, the two rods, darshana, sight of what? Agni, the sacrificial fire is seen, darshana. This being so, you don't find any other result than this. Dvaiti bhava agni darshanadi phalat anya phale. Other than such results, which is generally the result of that particular action, anya phale. Some other result than this. What is not seen. Or karmantare vyaparanupattihi yatha means in cutting the wood, in churning the rod for fire, result being wood being cut into two pieces or seeing the fire. Other than this, no result is seen. At the same time, no other karma is employed for this result. If you want to cut the wood into two pieces, you have to cut it with the axe. No other thing is possible. You may say, with a machine sewing, that's the same thing. Okay. The machine, it is like instead of cutting, you are using a saw mechanically operated. That's fine. But you are using an instrument there to cut into two pieces. Like with Agni Mantra. No other thing. This comes there and this person starts chanting Vedas only without being there. Agni will not come there. There are other things. Certain suktas, Agni Sukta, Surya Sukta, etc. It is possible to generate heat, not fire. It happened, this Raghavendra Swami, Mantralaya. Before he became that great saint, etc. The Brahmachari, highly qualified in the Vedas. He was married, but had no money. So once some big yajna was going on. He went there because he was a qualified person. He was young, so therefore others didn't entertain him much. He asked for that. Well, okay, do one thing. Grind this sandalwood. So he was grinding. Lot of things was required. And they ground it, was paid for it, and he went. When it was applied by the Brahmanas, sandalwood means what? It should feel cool. Their body started burning. Oh, what is happening? Big Allah. They could not tolerate it. Then an elderly Vedic scholar asked, who did grind this? He said, where is he? He's not here. Find him. It was found and brought. What were you doing while grinding? I was just mentally chanting some Surya Sukta or something like that. There it is. It produced the heat. Then he was asked to, means they could find out that he is not an ordinary boy. So his chanting is such power, it actually gives this. He was asked to again grind sandalwood. Some, I don't remember the sukta, which produced the cool effect. It was given to all to apply. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That is not the case here. Here, producing the fire for sacrifice, this is the means, Agni Mantana is the means. So to produce the fire, other than Agni Mantana, there is no other means. So that is how. So definite action has definite result, and for definite result, definite action, you can't change it. So that's what it says. Dvaidi bhava agni darshanadi phalat anya phale is not possible. Other one. Karmantare vyaparamati. Anupapati. No possibility of what? Vyapara, engaging in doing karmantare, other karmas, means says for acts such as cutting the wood, churning the fire, there being no other result seen than the wood being cut in two pieces or actual fire. At the same time, to cut the wood other than actual cutting, no karma is possible. To produce a sacred fire other than Agni Mantana, no means possible, both ways. So, Anya Phala is not possible, Anya Karma is not possible. Yatha, Anupati, no possibility such a, Tatha, in the same manner, Jnana Nishtha Kriyayam, Drishtarthayam, Vyaprutasya, Jnatradikarakasya, Atma Kaivalya Phalat, Anya Phale, Anya Phale, Anupanna, Karmantare Pravritti, Anupanna. Says, in the case of this Kriya, what is that Kriya? We should be a little careful here. That is Jnana Nishtha Kriya. What is your Jnana Nishtha Kriya? It is like this. What is otherwise called as Jnana Bhyasa. What do you mean by Jnana? Here Jnana means that vritti which confers to you the Atma Jnana. That vritti, Akhandakara vritti. Atmakara vritti, Brahmakara vritti. So therefore, or Aham Brahmasmi iti Akaraka buddhi. Not simply chanting Aham Brahmasmi. When he says Aham, he is directly aware of, he is experiencing that I, Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, free from the features, cognitive features of Anatma. Simply being aware of me, Chaitanya and Chaitanya. That's all Brahma is the Antakana Vritti, Akhandakara Vritti, where Antakana has become just as it is, or replica of Chaitanya Atma. So that the Buddhi, it's Avritti. What for? To gain Jnana Nishtha, firm abidance in the Atmadhyana Brahmadhyana. It is also Kriya because it is Manasa Kriya. It is not actual other karma. It is a karma action at the mental level. So that is being, that's why Jnanishta Kriyaya is this mental activity of Dhyanabhyasa, means repetition of Atmakara Vritti, Brahmakara Vritti, Akhandakara Vritti. And that is the case. Drishtarthayam Jnanishta. And this Artha, Prayojana is seen. What is that seen? What is that? Kaivalya Phalavasana. Your abidance is your Swarupa without the cognition of Anatma. So therefore, Drishtarthayam Jnana Nishtha Kriyayam Vyapratasya. In the case of the person who is now engaged in this manskriya of repetition of Akhandakara Vritti, in this case, Jnatradi Karakasya. The agents of action of the manskriya, who are the doers? Jnata, the knower. Adi for Shuddhanta Karana, Akhandakara Vritti, etc. Which are means karakas, the means of gaining this in the karakas. Atma kaivalya phala anya phale karmantra pravritti ananta. Atma kaivalya phalat anya phala is not seen at all. It has to result in what? Atma kaivalya means abidance in one Swarupa, which is Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, free from Anatma features. So therefore, Anya Phale, any other result not seen. Or Karmantare Pravritti. So, Karmantare Pravritti. Taking to some other karmas. What is some other karma? Like Kartaham, Bhoktaham, again Agnihotra, etc. No. Only Jnanabhyasa. No other Agnihotra, etc. do not come in picture here. Karma pravritti, engaging oneself in some other karma other than manas kriya of Jnanishta, where the Jnana vritti, Akhanda karvati is being repeated. Pravritti anupapanna is not possible, wrong. Iti न ज्ञान निष्ठा कर्म सहिता उपपद्यते. So therefore, jnana nishtha cannot be gained, or it is not possible to gain jnana nishtha with karma, because for jnana nishtha the only means is jnana nishtha kriya avritti. that repetition of the Atmakar Vritti, etc. No other means is possible. And for Jnana-Nishtha Kriya, other than Kaivalya, no other phala is possible. So therefore, Jnana-Nishtha cannot be gained with the karma. They are opposed to each other. So that being the case, moksha is gained by Atma Jnana only, and not even the Atma Jnana with the practice of karma. Mere karma can't do, all that is refuted. Now here, Jnana with karma also cannot produce the moksha. Now further doubts emerge, one by one they are dispelled, we'll see.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ